Gang, gang, gang shit, you already know what it is.
All right, check this out. You guys are back on the episode of Blue Devil Reactions, and what we have going on today is a video titled 1990s LA Party Cruise Fox Undercover 1993 Possesses Clubs and Cliques Part 1 Gangs and Taggers. Damn, man, that's probably the longest title I've ever read. Let's read it one more time. 1990s LA Party Cruise Fox Undercover 1993 Possesses Clubs and Cliques Part 1 Gangs and Taggers. Listen, I did a video earlier today. I uploaded it and YouTube didn't accept it. It was a video about tag bangers. I'm gonna see if I can redo it, but I don't like redoing videos because it's not a real reaction anymore. I've already watched it. I already know what's gonna happen. You know, it doesn't feel right. What I can do is try to edit the parts that probably YouTube didn't accept, which at the beginning they were waving guns. So I think that's what it was. You know, but before we get into this video right here, if you guys are new to Blue Devil Reactions, if it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you run up the comments, run up the likes. You already know. Hit that notification bell. That way you're notified of everything that we drop. You know, if you knew, you probably don't know, but we drop 2 to 3 times a day, and we got a main page over at the Hater World where we drop also 2 to 3 times a day. Now, listen, I know that for the last couple of days we've been slow, but we've been upgrading a lot of things here at the studio. You know, and it's just really gets in the way of production. But we back to normal scheduling now. Also, check this out. A lot of people been hitting me up talking about Chucky and Midget 90s video, right? They've been wanting me to react to it. I see it in the comments, I see it in the DM. For some reason I even saw it on Facebook. So, you know, if you want me to react to that video, Chucky and Midget from Tortilla Flats, leave a bunch of devil emojis in the comments. The more emojis I see, the faster I'll get around to it. One last thing is, if anybody wants to hit me up on Instagram, wants to follow me on Instagram, wants to see some behind the scenes footage, a little bit more about what I got going on, go to my Instagram at the Hater World. I do reactions of I do special music video reactions for people that have music want me to play, or they have music that they want me to react to. I got a few of them coming up, so if that's you, go to my Instagram and send me a DM. Other than that, let's get into this video. Once again, let's read this title. 90s LA Party Cruise Fox Undercover 1993 Possesses Clubs, Cliques Part 1 Gangs and Taggers. Alright, with no further ado, let's get you guys a Blue Devil reaction. Let's go.
Surrounded by tension. Tonight, gangs. Some preach non-violence, but find themselves surrounded by tension. Tonight, Fox goes undercover into the world of posses, clubs, and cliques.
Posses? That's not how you spell posses, is it? Possesses? Wow, posses. Posses. Wow. I didn't think that was posses. That looked like possess. Wow, I gotta go back to night school.
They call themselves huerfanitos, little orphans in English. A collection of former gang members and taggers who live on the edge of Culver City.
Hey, doesn't Orphans remind you of the movie The Warriors? Sick movie, classic movie, epic movie. You know, I actually have a movie poster. But The Orphans? Come on, bro, get creative, my boy.
And now redefine themselves as a club, not a gang.
That's what a lot of us hate. We're not out to kill nobody. We don't do nothing like that. We're just out to party and have fun. We're gonna baptize.
Even their initiation ritual for new members breaks with regular gang tradition.
We don't beat up nobody. It's not beating up nobody, but it's a kind of different way for fun like this. Yeah.
Fun.
It's a party crew, right? They're not a gang, right? But still, though, they still get into gang activity whether they want to say it or not. They're about to jump somebody in. And I'm sure if anybody looks at them wrong, they gonna act tough and want to beat the guy up. So it's still a gang, bro. It's still a gang. You know, a gang is just a group of people that are on the same page. That's what a gang is. So whether you want to see it or not, this is a gang.
Not fear drives the ceremony. A good-natured...
Are they grabbing his fucking, you know, BALLS? What the hell are they doing down there? Bro, what kind of fucking funny business is this?
Jostling replaces hard fists against flesh.
Le dieron coscorrones. Cerillitos. You know. Come on, bro. That shit was funky, my boy.
Afterward, a smile instead of blood marks the face of the newest huerfanito. It is a deliberate move away from the brutal beating ceremony that normally initiates a gang member.
We don't need that. We don't need no gang banging with us. Because we're not gang bangers.
I believe him, but let something happen to somebody. Let somebody mad dog one of these guys. Let one of these guys get drunk and act like they're badass. What's going to happen is they going to talk to the wrong guy in the wrong way. You know, bro, listen, nobody wants to be a gangbanger or a gangster. Well, some people do. You know, but sometimes, bro, desperate measures happen. You know, desperate measures for desperate people. You know, you never know. He might be somewhere and somebody might ask him where he's from. He might say, I'm not from nowhere. I'm a party guy. And they might say, oh, I don't like that, and punch him in the face. And he gonna have to swing back. Now, that's a man thing. You always gotta defend yourself. But he gonna go tell some of his homies. His homies gonna feel a certain type of way. Then they gonna go back and retaliate. That's a gang.
And in sharp contrast to hardcore gang members,
Come on, you can do it!
prior to Election Day, huerfanitos involved themselves in a social issue. Proposition 187.
Not cause any trouble, because, you know, then they're gonna say, oh, see, these Mexicans and these people that just here causing trouble, look what they're doing. So let's just try to have something peaceful.
A half dozen huerfanitos began this 187 protest outside Hamilton High School on the west side.
I need you to go back to the sidewalk. We will.
Arguably, the protest is orderly, but students are drawn out of class.
No 187!
And the demonstrators, trailed by school security, grow to nearly 100.
I'm gonna stay with the group.
Then, shadowed by the police,
Hey, that's the classic cop cruiser. Tell me it's not. When you see that cop cruiser in the movie, you know the movie's about to be good. Swear to God. Blood in, blood out. American Me. Colors. The Terminator. That's just to name a few, my boy. When you see that cruiser, you know the movie's fire. But listen, besides that, man, life was so easy in the 90s. You know, beautiful, bro. Like, the way you see it now to the way it was before. And I'm sure years before that, people can say that about the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. But if you were there in the 90s, bro, you live life. If you did not live the 90s, you do not know what life is. I love the 90s. That's probably the best decade of my life. Now, if I could pick a decade that I actually wanted to experience fully as maybe a teenager or maybe like a young adult, I will say the 80s. But I'm not that old. You know, but I'm not that old. But the 80s would be something that I would want to experience as a, you know, teenager or young man. But I can say that I lived the 90s. And I experienced them, and I remember them, and I have memories of the 90s, and it was a fun time.
huerfanitos-led protesters march off. After more than an hour of walking, they arrive here at Culver City High School. And more than 24 students on the athletic field break to join the protest. Some bolt over the fence, all started by a half dozen huerfanitos.
Just because they jumped the fence to join the party doesn't mean they care about what the hell is going on. They're only there because they wanted to ditch school, my boy. Pay attention. Don't lie to the people.
No 187!
As the demonstrators march on, the event seems no more threatening than a high school pep rally.
Back on sidewalk.
Until this.
Okay, we got a 415, 415.
Fists fly when an 18th Street gang member who joined the protest march earlier in another neighborhood is now caught in rival gang territory. Local...
I thought they weren't gangbangers. How can the 18th Streeter be caught in wrong territory when gangbangers and party crewers are two totally different things? Why would the party crew be claiming territory? It's just a party crew. Why?
Culver City gangsters involved in the fight run off.
Ah, okay, now they explain it. Well, I shouldn't have pressed pause so early. Culver City versus 18th Street.
Police cuff the 18th Streeter. And then under the watchful eye of the law, Huerfanitos finish up their 187 protest in relative peace.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Here I am trying to discredit the Huerfanitos, and every chance I get, they prove me wrong. I've been wrong I've been wrong a few times throughout this video.
This is our spot at where we have all of our meetings at.
Unlike gang members, Huerfanitos say they don't fight over territory. No drive-by.
Hey, listen, I can say I've been right 99% of the time. This is the 1% you probably gonna watch this and be like, damn, Blue Devil, you wrong like a motherfucker.
Shootings. Let's go. With no turf to defend, they move with relative freedom through different neighborhoods.
Hey, let's go in.
But they do travel in a large gang-like group that can be threatening. Their presence at parties like this one in South Central can ignite trouble.
Let's act like human beings and let's continue this party.
Huerfanitos insist they don't look for trouble, but refuse to run from it.
We keep it cool with everybody, you know. But once they, mess with us, all right, we don't want to. As you know, we ain't gonna let nobody push us down, right?
And to
I told you what I tell you. What did I tell you? Okay, now I'm back to being right. They cool and everything, but once somebody gets out of line with them, it's all warfare, right? Bro, come on. Eventually, these guys get into gangs or just stop their whole party crew dies, you know.
increase their power and protection on the streets, Huerfanitos have linked up with two other groups. A club from LA called Asesinos or Assassins. And a posse from South Central named Pobres or Poor Ones. They have all united together, calling themselves a clique named the Pimps.
Pimps, Huerfanitos.
19-year-old Lonely, once a hardcore gang member, shot 3 different times and stabbed twice, says cliques like the Pimps are a step toward a saner, safer life on the streets.
Oh, that fool a dropout weenie. That fool a weenie. He couldn't hang in the street, so he became from a party crew. How you go down how you go down, bro? Like, you a gangbanger, we up here, and then you lower your standards to become from a party crew? Bro, you can't speak on nothing, my boy.
Getting along with people that you never got along with, you know, from different neighborhoods, that's a really big step to take, you know, because you're not gonna, if you saw him, I'm talking to my homie right here, yeah, I mean, he was from a different neighborhood, I was from a different neighborhood, and right now we're partying together, you know.
Oh, so that fucking party crew is full of dropouts. Wow, no wonder. No wonder. Listen, if that's what they choose, that's what they choose, but I ain't got nothing to say.
But for the Pimps and other cliques, the push into partying and peace is not as easy as it might seem. The trappings of gang life keep pulling them back.
I mean, the whole idea of making a club up was to get away from violence, you know. But some people just cannot, you know, they're so used to being, you know, in violence. They're just so used to it, they can't get away from it, you know. So just go back from where they started, you know.
The lure of booze, dope, and sex can quickly lead to baseball bats, beatings, and bedlam. It is a push-pull existence that can haunt clubs and posses that are trying to make a change.
Shut up, Chris Blatchford. You be bullshitting a lot of the times. Listen, I get it. Like, stop. They got out of the gangs to join something better where they don't have to worry about maybe dying. But it's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. Not only that, but the people the gang you left still feel a certain type of way. they still feel like, oh, you left us to go do this. No, we're not having that. It's the same thing. It's an ego trip. But listen, we done with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm gonna see what else I can cook up for you guys. But other than that, make sure you follow me on Instagram at The Hater World. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like. You already know. And if you want to request a video that you want me to react to, send it to my Instagram. That's the only way I get it. Go in my DM, say, hey, yo, Blue Devil, I want you to react to this. And we'll get busy. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I'm Blue Devil. You've been watching a Blue Devil reaction, and we out.